Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Friday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and it was a very nice bounce back for us on a Thursday. As we come with a 3-0 mark, we get the over for Purdue and Michigan State, the under for Pittsburgh and New Jersey, and the San Antonio Spurs all over the Brooklyn Nets, getting a big W there. 3-0, up 3 units, winning week so far for us. After we make up for yesterday's 1-2 down, we're up almost 2 units on the week as we head to Friday. Good news. We're going to bring back the Do Not Bet Parlays parlay for today. Why? Well, I talked to a company yesterday that's doing some pretty cool things, and I'll probably mention them some other time, but I like that there are people coming into the space that they are equally hell-bent on presenting you the math, you the gambler, that the math for parlaying is just not smart, but we're going to do it. I've got a very chalky, very heavy moneyline parlay for the NBA going on here for tonight. We've got a hockey play and a college basketball play, big college basketball game in the Big Ten to get to here on a Friday night. But before we get to the picks and the plays, a reminder that this Kyron Williams jersey is going to be given away at the front of next week. If you want it, thanks to our friends at pristineauction.com, you must be a subscriber to the BettingPros YouTube channel and leave a comment on this very video or any Daily Juice video for that matter, and you will be entered to win the signed Rams running back jersey, Kyron Williams, thanks to our friends at pristineauction.com. Let's begin with hockey. Sabres and the Panthers. Well, before I'll give you that, because we are talking about Hard Rock, we are talking about the state of Florida, let's tell you about the title sponsor of this podcast. It is Hard Rock Bet. They are obviously very interested in what's going on with the Florida Panthers and every team in Florida. They're actually the official sports betting partner for the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat. If you've not signed up for Hard Rock Bet yet, they got a great offer. New signups. You can double your winnings on your first 10 bets, up to $50 max. That's right. If you've won $100 on a bet, they will double it and make it $200. Hard Rock Bet with new promos daily. So check out the Hard Rock Bet app, download it today, and make your first deposit. Let's talk hockey, Sabres and the Panthers. So here's the thing. Florida is a cheap price. They're minus 112 to win against Buffalo. Now, Buffalo is 16-11-3 on the road. Buffalo's been very hot. The Panthers are 16-13-3 at home. They have not been extremely hot. They've lost 2 of the 3 games they've played to Buffalo, including the last time they played at home back on the 2nd of February, a 5-3 win for the Panthers. However, coming off of a 5-1 win last night for Florida, I like the Panthers here to protect home ice. The reason why the price is depressed is because the Sabres played 2 days ago and they beat the Devils 2-1. They got a day off and then they traveled back down to Florida here. It's Friday night in Florida, a rocking atmosphere for the Panthers. I like Florida to take care of business here. I don't really care who's in net for either team. It doesn't really change my handicap or my feeling here. I think Florida at home at a cheap price is simply too good to pass up. We're going to go ahead and jump in on the Florida Panthers money line at minus 112 for 1.2 units. Let's talk college basketball. Michigan on the road against Illinois. What a game. Here's the thing, though. Michigan has been tremendous this year on the road. And here they are on the road again. Yes, they lost to Duke, but that was a neutral site game. That wasn't a road game. They beat Purdue in their last true road game, 91-80. They beat Northwestern 87-75. They beat Ohio State 86-21. They beat Michigan State 83-71. You win at Purdue, at Ohio State if you're Michigan, and at Michigan State. I mean, those are 3 major rivals for Dusty May's club here. The number is 1.5, and KenPom has this as a 1-point win. If you look at some other metrics, some other projections, have it as a 2-point win. I just think that we're going to see a win for Michigan. And I like, look, there's going to be a lot of really good games and a lot of fun to watch here. I just think if you look at Michigan, the way they rebound, some of these numbers are wild. So the Illini, they're the number one most efficient offense in college basketball. But they're going up against the number 2 most efficient defense in college basketball. Effective field goal percentage is 35th for Illinois. It's second for Michigan. For Michigan. 3-point shooting, huge weapon for the Illini. They're 85th in 3-point shooting, and they get 39.8% of their points from behind the arc, and they're facing the number 2 most effective field goal percentage defensive team and the 10th best team defending the 3. Michigan's also the 3rd best team defending the 2. I just think when you put Michigan's offense out there and they're 5th in efficiency, they're 7th in effective field goal percentage, they're 64th in 3-point percentage, and they're 2nd in 2-point percentage up against a decent defensive team for the Illini, 31st in efficiency on defense, 30th for effective field goal percentage, 80th in 3-point defense, and 22nd in 2-point defense. I just like the size of Michigan. This is going to be an awesome atmosphere. The Orange Crush will be out in full throat against Michigan. The Illini, their fan base on a Friday night, it's going to be a really hard environment, but no more difficult than Purdue, no more difficult than Ohio State, no more difficult than other games in which the Wolverines have gone on the road and won. They're 9-0 in road games. I mean, just look at the way they've performed this year. Like I mentioned, Michigan State, Purdue, Ohio State, all wins for them. Oregon on the road, Washington on the road. This number is currently 1.5. I'll lay it with the Wolverines. I think Michigan comes out of there with a W. I thought they'd beat Duke. I was wrong. I think they beat the Illini here and get a W. We'll lay the 1.5 points with Michigan minus 1.5 up against Illinois for 1.1 units. And finally, we go to the NBA and the Don't Bet Parlays parlay. 3-leg, heavy chalk at plus 109. Money line plays. The Boston Celtics will take on the Brooklyn Nets, the same Brooklyn Net team that lost brutally 126-110 last night at home against the Spurs. Now they're on the road against Boston. Boston money line. Then we take a look at Dallas up against Memphis. Dallas this year, and I know they've been banged up. They're 14-17 this year at home, but the Memphis Grizzlies are 2-0 against Dallas. It is time for the Mavericks to get their first win of the season against the Grizzlies, and the Mavericks are 6-point favorites at home up against the Memphis Grizzlies. We need some of these players to play, even though Cooper Flagg looks like he's not going to play. PJ Washington looks like he's not going to play. We know Kyrie Irving is not going to play. So we just need a win here for Dallas. We don't need a great win. We just need a win. They're at home. They should play hard, and they haven't beaten Memphis yet. So let's get a W here over Memphis. Dallas Mavericks money line. And then finally, we'll go and take a look at the OKC Thunder, who are at home against Denver, and they're pretty big favorites against Denver. We'll see who winds up playing for both teams, because it looks like SGA's back. It looks like some of the other players are going to be out there, but Aaron Gordon is out. Jamal Murray is a game-time decision with an illness. Julian Strother is also a game-time decision. So we'll see what happens with the Nuggets, who are 21-11 on the road, which is pretty good, but 24-6. OKC will take the Thunder to win their game outright. That puts us into a 3-leg moneyline parlay for the Mavericks, the Celtics, and the Thunder at plus 109. We'll throw 1 unit down on that. So, plays for today on a Friday. Michigan minus 1.5 against the Illini in Illinois. Panthers money line against the Sabres, and the parlay for money lines for Mavericks, Celtics, and the OKC Thunder at plus 109. You don't see me taking favorites like this, but it's a Friday night, so Why not? Let's have some fun. After a 3-0 mark yesterday, let's press it a little bit and push our luck. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.